So what is an ocean-friendly garden? Well, Ocean Friendly Garden was a program started by Surfrider because surfers were tired of surfing in gross, dirty water that came out of the stormwater system when it rained. And one way that we thought we could help change that is by having people think about their own personal landscapes as part of the issue with stormwater retention. And so an ocean-friendly garden is one that helps that problem by using, we call it CPR, so conservation, permeability, and retention. Conservation is about using climate-friendly plants. Most of the plants in this garden are California natives, but we also have some non-native plants that are all climate appropriate, meaning that they don't need a lot of extra water. One issue with stormwater is overspray on sprinklers, so if you're watering a lot in our off season, then that contributes to dirty water in our oceans. Conservation is also about water systems. This garden actually does not have an irrigation system. Granted, we do live in coastal Ventura, so it's one of the easiest places to have nice looking gardens without any irrigation. Could be a little bit different in Ojai or Thousand Oaks, but it can be done. Permeability is about when we do have rains, letting that water soak into the groundwater basin underneath your garden. So all of the ground here is either mulch around the plants, or we've got some decomposed granite and shale here that lets the water actually soak into the ground instead of just running off into the street and into the stormwater system. And the other big issue is retention. And this is the one that really sets apart ocean-friendly gardens. And what we want is for people to be able to have some way on their properties to retain the stormwater when it does rain. Because here in California, I've been telling people it doesn't really rain, it just storms. So we get inches of water in a very short period of time and then nothing in between. So that's what this big basin is out here in the middle. Actually, the water flows off of the roof across this area and then into those basins, and then it is allowed to actually soak into the ground. And this is a particularly large example, but even in a small landscape, just a small swale can actually retain a lot of roof water instead of having it directed onto your driveway and then down into the gutters and into the stormwater system. So that's conservation, permeability, and retention.